How's it going, my truant people? DrSlaking, the Slacking Doctor, back with Game 3 of the DGBA low tier tournament. And if you watched the last one, you may hear that fan going again. It's still the same day. I'm recording this maybe an hour after the last game, maybe 45 minutes. I literally went out for a walk, had some water, went for a pee, not at the same time, and then came back ready to record. So just before my opponent logs on, I thought I'd quickly recap the team for me and you. Sub lefties, Toxic, Zydog, breaks through Chestnut ideally, Scrafty, Shedskin, Roselli Berry. Maybe I just want to go Intimidate, you know. Yeah, I think that's better. It helps deal with the Haunter. Basically, Roselli Berry's there for the Dazzling Gleam. Knockoff's going to destroy Haunter, obviously. No, that's the right set. Tentacruel with Black Sludge here. Protects Gold, Sludge Wave, Rapid Spin, very standard. Death, I don't remember what it's for, if I'm perfectly honest with you guys. We'll see when we get to the game, I'm sure. Special Talon Flame with Hurricane, Flamethrower, Taunt. Destroys Chestnut. Don't know what else it was here for, to be honest. Don't know why I went special. I was just feeling myself, I guess. I don't think I wanted to take much recoil in this one. I think I wanted it to be a bit bulkier. But yeah, super nice set there. Diancie comes in. Spadef again for something here with the rocks on this one. If I remember, this matchup was pretty tough. This was the hardest matchup we've had. And then leftovers, Rillaboom with U-turn drum beating. This might be the one. Oh no, last one had the Drakefish. I was gonna say this might be the one with the Drakefish. Last one had the Drakefish. We just fucking nuked it at the end. So yeah, I don't remember what I've got Fizz Def on this thing for. I don't even think it hit the field in the last game. Speaking of the last game, I watched the replay back afterwards. Pretty disappointed with how I played. Like, I know we grabbed the W and that was fantastic, and we positioned Diancie sweep endgame well. But honestly, I think I had a good matchup and I kind of let it carry me. A little bit disappointed with my positioning and my thought process in the last one. So I am knackered, it's worth mentioning, after work and stuff, but I don't like to make excuses. So hopefully this one will be a little bit more focused. I'll make a cut here and I'll be back with the battle. Alright, we're back, guys. Yeah, Abriel's here, so I don't know if I said his name yet. We're playing Abriel. I think it's Abriel. I hope it's not Abriel now or something completely different. I've been butchering, I'm pretty sure, everyone's names, but Abriel seems like one of the ones we could get right. So let's see. I don't know what tier we play on, so I will wait for him to challenge me. I don't know the tier. Let me have a look, see if I can see what we played on last time. We played on, what was the last game to play as well? We have double replay posted. We were on Nat Dex DLC Draft Replay. Alright, let's see. Nat Dex DLC Wi-Fi. Oh, I'm just spoiling teams everywhere today. Christ above. Abriel. I'm gonna have to edit that as well. Watch me forget to edit both of these. Abriel, Nat Dex DLC Wi-Fi. Oh wait, hold on. Wait. DLC Draft. DLC Draft versus Jim. That makes more sense because I already spoiled that one before. Versus April. Okay. Whew. Fucking up my teams. Man, I can't believe I got to do editing twice now because I got to edit Jim and the other one, which I don't know if I said who it was, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut. You guys don't need to know. You don't need to know how many weeks ahead I build. 3 months. Seasons aren't even 3 months long. That would be assuming, or what's the word I'm looking for? Very presumptuous. That would be making a big assumption that I'm making finals. Also, I recorded the intro for this, and then my mum told me off. Apparently, she was sat in the room below me and said that I say too much in my videos. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to take a moment to think about that. All right, here we go. Oh, he's using my favorite guy from Sun Moon. I can't remember his name. I want to call him Natu, but that's the fucking Pokemon. Like Nasu or something. I fucking don't remember. I like him though, he was my favourite character in that game. Alright, let's look at what he's got here. Alright, that's why we have Spadef Tentacruel, because he's got a fucking, and a Spadef Diancie, because he's got a Moltres. Oh, this is the guy with the, yeah, with his own Zygarde, so, tough game for sure. I like Tentacruel as a lead again, but I'm worried I'm getting a little bit predictable with that. I don't hate Talonflame as a lead. Switching in on Scold could be annoying. What's the Rillaboom here for? Ah, the Zygarde. Right. I like Scrafty. I can get a knockoff early. I have pivots into the Moltres, which would be the main thing that would threaten it. I could Drain Punch, lead Rocks. Lead rocks Empoleon. Chestnut would be a bit of a bitch, but I don't know if you're lead Chestnut necessarily. I'd be able to take on the Haunter. I'd get an Intimidate off on the Zygarde. I'd also get an Intimidate off on the Chestnut. Like that last minute switch there. So let's see. As Moltres comes in, okay. I imagine we're just going to see a U-turn here, but I'm just going to go hard Tentacruel. Tentacruel definitely isn't super needed for anything but this. I could go Diancie. Yeah, I think that's better, because then I can use a Tentacruel for things like the Chestnut later in the game, so I like that switch better actually. If he U-turns, he U-turns. I don't think if he has Power Herb Solar Beam, I don't think he instantly just Solar Beams on my Scrafty, because I could easily go into, okay, he does U-turn, because I could easily go into the Tentacruel, so I didn't think that would really be his play. This doesn't let too much in, which is why I like this. Like, it doesn't let in the Chestnut. I think it really forces in the Empoleon. Then I think I'm just going to fire off an Earth Power against the Empoleon, because I don't think he's going to Flash Cannon into a Tentacruel. I think he's going to go for Rocks, so... And I don't super need Diancie. I think I want to play a little bit aggressive. Do I want to do that? Empoleon comes out. I could also Rock up. No, I don't think that's worth. I think the Earth Power is more valuable here. Get off 38%. As he just Scolds, fine. No burn, fine. I'm actually going to go into Scrafty here. I think we take the Flash Cannon. I don't know if he's going to Scold again. This is why I wish I had Shed Skin now. I regret being Intimidate. It's just I don't have knockoff on my Tentacruel, so I'm not really doing a turn with Tentacruel. Yeah, I think I need to go Scrafty. I'm tempted just to Rocks. I'm really tempted just to Rocks, because if I can knock off the Moltres later with Scrafty, that's really good. Yeah, I don't know if he has Flash Cannon. I'm going to Rocks. I'm going to Rocks. Enough changing of minds here. I think that's useful to break Sash on Haunter as well, actually. I think I probably should have done that instead of getting Chip on the Empoleon, but I do technically 1v1 this Empoleon, so I think, right, yeah, we 3 at KO, so he might choose to switch out here if he doesn't have Flash Cannon, so I think I'm just going to Rocks. And then I might just let the Diancie go down to Earth Power a second time if he shows the Defog. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do to keep my Rocks up. I'll just Earth Power the next time if he defogs, and then I spam Rocks after. He's thinking about this one a lot. I don't think he's got Flash Cannon from this. He Scolds again. So I'm just going to Earth Power this time, keep my Rocks up if I can. I don't think I need Diancie for anything. And then if he defogs this turn, I can Rock next turn. And if he beats me with Scold, he beats me with Scold, right? So I would love to go hard Zygarde on the defog, but I don't want to risk him Scolding and burning the Zygarde. We've got Lucky's dodge 2 burns. This might be too much, like... This might be too aggressive from me. And had he Rocked up the first time after I got the Earth Power chip off, I might have switched out. But the fact he kept spamming Scold made me think like, he probably doesn't have the Flash Cannon or the Iron Head or anything. So, and I still have that Tentacruel to handle the Moltres, and this thing really doesn't do too much to. That's fine. If I go hard Scrafty on a Dazzle, that's really bad. I don't want to go hard Scrafty on the Dazzle, so let me have a little think here, right? Haunter comes in. I was about to say that's level 50. You can play tell I play on Wi-Fi more. Sludge Wave, Shadow Ball, they're doing like 23, 27 if you Scarf. So we would maybe take a Shadow Ball. We wouldn't take a Sludge Wave. We would shoot a Gleam. I don't think he can Gleam, so I'm going to go hard Scrafty. No, Shadow Balls, okay. We actually might have chewed that, but as he shows Life Orbs, we wouldn't have done. There we go. I didn't want to risk that. And Diancy's still useful as maybe a sack in the back if I need to. So I 100% want to knock off on the Moltres switch this time while we've got Rocks up. That's definitely the play that we want to be making. Because if he's Heavy Duty Boots, we'll get those off and the Rocks are still up. So unless he shows that he's like Defog Moltres, it should put us in a pretty advantageous spot. I could go hard Diancie and try and get my Rocks up again if he is Defog. It's probably the play. I think if he goes hard Moltres here, we go hard Diancie. We pivot around a little bit. If he just goes for the Life Orb Dazzling Gleam, we'll take it. Moltres comes out, does show Heavy Duty Boots. Perfect. We get those knocked off. So I think I'm just going to go straight into Diancie. I'm not going to think about this too much because it means we can keep our Rocks up, and I think that's really, really important here. So, yeah, that's the play. That's the play. That's the play. Like, I would love to just Rock Tomb here, but it's not worth it. The Scrafty is still really useful in this game. As he goes for the Air Slash, we take nothing. We get our leftovers back. This is a free power gem. If he goes into the Empoleon, he is taking the Steel Wing, that's fine, but we managed to keep our Rocks up. So I maybe could have gone Talonflame there, would have covered that play. Let me see. So I don't allow a free defog. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to go Zygarde here, and I'm going to sub up on what I'm hoping is a Chestnut switch, because if I go into the Tentacruel, this is an aggressive play. If we go into Tentacruel to Scold, and he goes into Empoleon and defogs, all of this was for nothing. And I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to make the aggressive Zygarde sub play. I don't know if 1,000 Arrows kills him from this range, frankly. It probably doesn't, but I wanna try and keep those rocks up to keep that Moltres under pressure. Yeah, I'm not doing jack shit. But I don't know if he would feel the need to throw this out necessarily. Like, he might just think, let me go hard into Chestnut. I've got the Chestnut right there. I mean, Toxic's a better mid-ground. Toxic's a better mid-ground, then I can sub up on the Chestnut if it comes in. That's a much better play, actually. He might not want to switch in on like a Banded Outrage into his Chestnut as well. So let me get the Toxic off, then I can get a Protect. So we can wear him down with sub-Toxic. And Talonflame's starting to look really good in this endgame, so... Unless he's like Scarf Zygarde. But if he's Scarf Zygarde, I still have Rillaboom. And Rillaboom's starting to look good as well with this thing getting one down by rocks. So I think we're in a good spot. I think we're okay. I'm definitely not playing perfect. I think I lost a bit of momentum with my Diancie on that Empoleon. Maybe I shouldn't have let it take all that damage. But if he was taking the Steel Wing on Moltres anyway, all he had to do was chip me down a little bit for Moltres, so... Yeah, I think this is just fine. I'm really hoping he goes into Chestnut here. This man takes his time to think. Can't say I blame him. If he didn't, I'd have made a series of different plays I've cancelled I don't know how many times in this game. So let's think about the end game we're working towards here. We're really looking at maybe Talonflame's Flamethrower end game. The fewer Hurricanes I have to land, the better. I am an invested Talonflame though, so it isn't going to be that easy. What else? What other end games do we have available to us? Probably more defensive end games, the likes of Tentacruel and Rillaboom. If I can get a Drain Punch off on with Scrafty on like the Empoleon, that would put me in a really good spot. I wish I had Shed Skin on Scrafty so I could switch on those Scolds easier. Changing it to Intimidate at the last minute might not have been the way. Yeah, okay, we do catch the Chestnut. Please tell me it lands. It does land. I'm just going to sub up this turn. If he wants to like Spike or something, I'm behind a sub, so we'll see what play he wants to make, if he wants to Drain Punch or something. I just don't want to give him like a Spike for free. Do I want to just keep my HP on this and just go hard into... No, because that just gives him a defog. Gotta be really careful with how I play my Tentacruel. I don't want to just give him... yeah, there we do. Catch the spikes. Okay. So I think he needs to Drain Punch here to try and break my sub. Otherwise he's in a pretty tough spot. So I'm going to get my damage off while I can in a second with 1,000 arrows. Get Protect off. Get as much recovery as I can. Wear him down. Yeah, he shows the Drain Punch, fine. Am I Liquid Ooze on Tentacruel? Yeah, okay, so we can pivot into Tentacruel as well. to make him take damage from his Drain Punch, if we want to make that kind of a play. But right now, this thing behind a sub is incredibly difficult for him to deal with, so I don't think there's a series of plays I can make that leave me behind a sub. So at some point, I think my best play is going to be to go to Tentacruel and spin, maybe, to get that spike off for a Rillaboom. Oh, and my opponent DCs. Wonderful. He's back. Good. Obviously having some internet issues. Maybe that's why I've been having a bit of time. But yeah, unfortunately we can't like make any series of plays that really leave us behind a sub. As he actually goes for the Synthesis there. All right, I'm just gonna hit the Protect this. Good spike again. I'm going to win this 1v1 though, so I'm just going to Protect and I'm going to take out the Chestnut. If he gets all his spikes up, he gets all his spikes up. I'm looking at a Talonflame endgame probably anyway. And I have Protect on Rillaboom to get leftovers back against the Zygarde, so fine. I'm going to 1,000 arrows again here, obviously. He should really, what he should do is he should Drain Punch this turn, and then he should Synthesis next turn on my Protect. I think that's, or on my sub, or no, actually, yeah, because I would just sub, so that's not ideal. If we can call a sub on his Synthesis, we're in a really nice spot. Good, we get a bit more off, as he gets his Drain Punch, fine. Okay, so we can just Protect, and he would die to Toxic here, so I'm going to try and sub. If he goes for the Synthesis play or a Spike play predicting me to just Protect and take the KO, then we end up behind a sub in this exchange, and that's awesome. I think his play should be to Drain Punch because he can't leave me behind a sub. But I don't like. I would rather have a sub if I can get it. That's fine. That's not going to recover enough for the Toxic, so perfect. That's his only ground resist gone now. So Zygarde looking amazing. He only got the one Spike up, which is awesome. And now he's in a bit of a bind. From the time it's taking him to think about this, I don't think the Zygarde is Scarf. So that's good information for my Talonflame. I'm pretty sure you just go hard Zygarde if it was Scarf and click Outrage. My Dragon Resist is gone. So I don't think there's anything that would prevent you from doing that. Now he's got to try and risk a Speed tie, and he's probably calcing Zygarde versus Zygarde. To which the answer is, let's have a look. Assuming he's like me and just running max speed, 64 if I win the speed tie. I don't think we'll take those odds though. We've got a Rillaboom, right? Let's see. Even if he's like Choice Band, I think he should be max speed. It's a speed tie with me. So even if he's max speed Outrage, then with the Choice Band, he will 2KO after the Spike. How do I want to play this? This thing just seems too valuable to toss out though. This thing seems way too valuable to toss out to an Outrage on a speed tie. Because this thing just beats his team now. Maybe I go hard Talon. I know that seems weird, but my Talon's pretty bulky. I do take a Banded Outrage. If you take a Banded Outrage, I could Hurricane the next turn for 42. And then if you got a 3-turn Outrage, I'd be able to go into Rillaboom. That feels like a loose play though. What do you guys think? Do you think that's the one? Maybe he doesn't have Outrage on his Zygarde. He's definitely taking his time. Let me think. How much do I need Rillaboom? That Spike is annoying. How much does Spike do? Spike does 6, right? Let's go back to that Rillaboom. Spike does 6. So, let's put me at 94. Actually, we can put one layer of Spike up. We can put one layer of Spike up. It's a guaranteed 2-hit KO after a Spike and Leftovers recovery. But we get an extra turn of Leftovers recovery, which is like another 6, right? So basically it's like no Spike is there with Protect. He only has a 35% chance to Oko then. Do you think this is Shuka? Do you think this is Shuka? Do I care if it is? This thing is great against his team, but so is a number of my other mons, and getting chip off on this would be awesome. Wait, I've seen leftovers. I'm 1,000 arrows. I've seen leftovers. Oh, he lives, he tanks. Okay, that's fine. I think that was always my play still. Talonflame, Flamethrower. Yeah, because I don't want to spin and give him defog. I don't really want to take chip on anything else. Could Drain Punch with the Scrafty into Rock Tomb, but that feels loose on the Air Slash. No, this is my play. I'm assuming this kill is like 10% is nothing. I know we're uninvested, but like we still kill right. We still kill right. Talonflame, Empoleon. Maybe I was too hasty just throwing out the Zygarde there, but I don't know. I don't think that was a horrible play. Maybe it was. Maybe it was. Yeah, we still kill. I think he must be pretty fizz deaf. He must have been calcing like crazy to no, he took that. I mean, how much did we do? 66? I wonder if it's a damage roll. But still, that's fine. So we Flamethrower here. If he goes Moltres, if he goes Moltres, I can go hard into. This thing's still really useful, so I don't want to lose this. He probably goes into the because this thing can still win. I might lose to Electros. I might roost on the first Electros attack. If he goes for Volt Switch, it puts me in a really good position. Because I think he Volt Switches maybe. Ah, he could just Thunderbolt. Okay, we're doing nothing to this thing. Volt Switch is going to do... Oh my god, Volt Switch is going to fuck me. That's modest max. No boosting item though. Oh no, I can't roost. What am I talking about? I'm at max health, so I can't roost it off. I was like, yeah, I'll just roost it off. No, I can't fucking do that. I'd need to be slower than him. Duh. That's stupid. He should just go Electros. Maybe I haven't positioned this very well. I haven't really thought enough ahead, I don't think. So he goes Electros. He Thunderbolts as I go into the Rilla. I should have made this shit more offensive, I think. I think I made this too bulky and not offensive enough. Let's look at my own Zygarde set, see how much I do with Hurricane. 50. Am I going to lose to Zygarde without Rilla? Maybe. Do I need Tentacruel? Do I need Scrafty? I probably don't need Scrafty. Let's go hard Scrafty. I don't think I need it. I'm pretty Spadef, so I might just take this anyway. And I don't think Scrafty's essential. As he volts out. Okay, so I think he has to go into Moltres. Which is an interesting situation because I could go hard into the Tentacruel. How fast is my Tentacruel? No speed, so I'm not going to outspeed him. But we know he's not like a fully offensive set. So after the spike, I might be able to take this. My skull doesn't even guarantee 2k. Wow. I could rapid spin and then a +1. That'd be faster, and I could scold him down that way. And then I get rid of the spike, which is amazing for Rillaboom. I don't think Air Slash is going to 2KO me from like a defensive Moltres. 17 to 20. Yeah, it's not. That's well, it is my Tentacruel. It's shown as a bomb, so it isn't. Let's see what my Scrafty's knockoff did. So 26 to 31, we'd be expecting to see. Let's have a little look. Knockoff, knockoff, knockoff. I did 20 to the Moltres. So that's showing me that he is probably like max Fizz Def Moltres, right? Yeah, he's max Fizz Def. Alright, so he's like really physically bulky, probably minus speed. If he's taking the Iron Wing. Could be minus speed, which is awesome because that means his Air Slash is going to do absolutely nothing to Tentacruel, which means I get a spin. So let's make that play. Keep Scrafty around. This Intimidate is still useful for Zygarde in the end game. Yeah, that does literally nothing. We're going to rapid spin here, get rid of that spike. Super, super useful. He probably goes hard into Electros, which just means it's getting worn down for Talonflame to Flamethrower it, which is exactly what I want to see. Alright, If he roosts here, we are faster, and then we scold down guaranteed. Well, not guaranteed to be able to scold him down. He might be able to take our scolds, to be fair. Do I just scold for damage on Electros and leave the spike up? You know, maybe I do. What do you think, guys? No, I think we spin still. He could spin block with a Haunter, and then that's just a horrible play. Let's scold. Let's just scold. Let's take our KOs. The spike I'm not super happy with. It's not great for our fucking Scrafty either. But what can you do, right? If we scold here and we get massive chip off on the Electros, well, not massive chip, but like let's say we can burn the Electros plus it takes rocks plus it takes scold, then it has to like Thunderbolt through. I probably just let my because this thing's dead to rocks on switching, so I'm not really worried about the Moltres anymore. Like if I scold and kill it here, I scold and kill it here. So let's think. He hasn't shown an item on this thing, has he? We don't know. No, he just literally volted. I could try and calc it against my Scrafty, I guess, because he takes a long time to think. So we'll calc the Volt Switch, I guess, right? 22 to 26 max modest would do. As we do outspeed. Could have been a speed tie. I think more likely to be min speed or minus speed nature. So let's have a look at the Volt. Where was the Volt? It was late here. Volt Switch did 18. So can't be max modest. Can't be max. Could be uninvested. So probably not too much investment on the Electros, which means Volt does 60 to Talon. Thunderbolt does 75 to Talon. So Talon will take one from this thing more than likely if it hasn't got any chip on it, which is amazing. As for our Rillaboom on a Flamethrower, still does a chunk. Still does a chunk. So we still don't want to be taking that. We still don't want to be taking that. Okay, that's good information. Haunter can't kill me with anything now, so he pretty much has to go Zygarde. If he does, let me think. Do I just sack this? I don't want to protect because I don't want to give him a free sub. So I could go Scrafty and sack the Scrafty. I could go into this, and we've already seen I take anything but a banded Outrage. I really don't want to run that risk. Like, I don't love that idea. I prefer going hard Rillaboom if he locks into Outrage, because Rillaboom can knock off into anything else that comes in. Let's think about these turns carefully. If I go into Rillaboom on the 1,000 arrows, which is probably coming out here, then I'm in a great spot. If I go into it on an Outrage, I'm not in a great spot. He'd have to be banded Adamant Outrage to have a good chance of 2KOing me after the spike. If I just sack Scrafty, Scrafty's really useful for the last two. I don't want to sack Scrafty. I think this is the most useless. But what do I click with the Rilla? Yeah, I think I know what I do here. So I'm going to sack this to 1,000 arrows. Fine. Then I'm going to go with the Rillaboom. And I'm going to click Knockoff. It gets rid of this thing's AV, which is great for my Talonflame damage in the end game. Did he show Life Orb there? No, it's just Rock Chip. So he hasn't shown an item. He wouldn't reveal an item there to me from the 1,000 arrows damage. If we can actually keep our Gale Wings intact on Talonflame, it gives us a better chance of being able to Hurricane this in the end game. But also I might need to use Rillaboom to beat this in the end game. So that's another good reason to keep this thing healthy. Now, the Electros probably won't outspeed my Rillaboom, as it's likely to be a bulky Electros if it's got no investment in attack. So I can actually make the aggressive U-turn play to get extra chip off on the Electros if this doesn't do enough here. If he clicks Outrage here, he's not banded and he's not Life Orb. So we'd be able to take 2 with Rillaboom anyway. So we would just knock off whatever his item is, and then I would kill him with Drum Beating the turn after, and that would really, really shore up our end game here. What I don't want to do is I don't want to let the Haunter in on a Drum Beating. Although, look, the truth with Haunter coming in on a Drum Beating is that it would then be slower than me because it's Life Orb. So how much does my drum beating do to max HP Electros? 33 to 40, which means after rocks, do 12. Could be down to 76, which if he's max Spadef, 76 looks like a roll. But I could easily U-turn. How much was my flamethrower doing? It was doing like nothing right now. Knocking off his vest is definitely more advantageous. Okay, so we actually knock off his choice band. Fine. He now can't Oko me with outrage. So I'm just going to drum beating here and take my KO. If he goes into the Electros, we've already seen it does a lot. So I don't want to protect here, like I want to keep my whatever. And we can U-turn on the Electros if he goes into that. We can knock off the Haunter after the drum beating if he goes into that. So perfect. I do wish I'd drum beating that last turn now, but I think it was the correct mid ground still. I still kind of stand by that play. So Scrafty looks really solid in this end game. 2 special attackers aren't really doing too much to Scrafty. We can Drain Punch, get a lot of recovery off. Plus Talonflame is going to do a lot soon. So his only thing really to hit Talonflame is going to be Zygarde E-Speed. I wonder if soon the Zygarde will be in range of Flamethrower even. Let's have a look how much it takes from Flamethrower. 17 to 20, so not really actually, not really. Talonflame's so weak. Who decided to bring special Talonflame? Not me. Okay, so let's think about this in game. I mean, this guy plays slower, so we've got more time to think about these things, right? I think he's calculating everything. So we guarantee a KO here. If he gets Outrage off, he gets big damage. He goes into the Haunter. He clicks Sludge Wave. I probably let the Rilla go down because realistically, Rilla isn't. Actually, if he saves the Zygarde, no, because he can't. There's no way he can get Haunter in for free without sacking his Zygarde. So perfect. So Zygarde goes down. He gets Haunter in for free. I sack the Rilla because now it potentially loses to Fast Electros with Flamethrower, and it definitely loses to Haunter. I get in my Talonflame, and I click Flamethrower on the Haunter. If he goes out into the Electros, I think he'll be 2-hit KO'd. This is tough because... Let me think. So, if I knock off here and I die, I then go into Scrafty and I click Knock Off, which either gets rid of his Assault Vest or this thing's item, which then means Talonflame wins either way. Chances are... Do I take a Dazzle with Scrafty? Do I take a Dazzling Gleam with Scrafty? Or am I just going to be sacking Scrafty to a Dazzling Gleam? That's the most important thing to calc right now. Okay. Let's see. Scrafty, Life Orb, Haunter, Dazzling Gleam. Oh, fuck. Didn't want to do that. Haunter, Life Orb. Let's have a look. Maybe we can see if he's modest as well. Dazzling Gleam does 43 to 51. I'm going to come in just below that. In that case, Scrafty doesn't definitely beat this, and this is more useful for a potential slow Electros. Does Talonflame 2-hit KO Electros with Flamethrower after the Rocks chip? Talonflame to Electros. I mean, we take 1 hit from it anyway if it's like max Spadef, don't we? We've already established that. So, let's see. Flamethrower's doing fucking nothing if he's max Spadef. Right, so I think these are the plays. We have to bank on our Rillaboom being faster than the Electros. As the Sludge Wave takes us out there. So we wouldn't have even needed to take a Dazzle anyway. We died to Sludge Wave. So that answers that question. Then I think we Flamethrower here. We should kill Haunter. He's seen with special, but he doesn't know our investment. So if we were max special attack, which I fucking wish we were, our Flamethrower would do... I think we lose, guys. I think if I double into the Electros and I click Knock Off, if I double on the Electros switch and I click Knock Off with Rillaboom, I probably win. So do we make the double here, predicting the Electros switch? Because we don't know his item. He's shown no item, but he's shown that he's really bulky. If he's not Assault Vest and he's just like max Spadef, he's still going to take 2. And that's from max special attack. I'm going to make the double. I'm going to make the double predicting the Electros, and I hope I get this right. Oh, I got it wrong. That's really bad. Alright, so we're going to go back to Talon here. Man, if I'd flamethrowered, I think we won the game there. I still take one spike, so I'm going to go back to Talon. I needed him to switch there. Like, I thought he would switch. We'll still take one hit with Talon, I believe, from this Haunter. There's no way I outspeed him, right? Unless he's modest. What if he's modest? I really thought he would go Electros. Maybe feared the Fire Blast, I guess. Man, if I just flamethrowed. But if he went Electros, we lost if I flamethrowed. So maybe I just got the 50-50 wrong. Let's see. So Rillaboom, Thunderbolt from Life Orb. I think I made the right play still. 19 to 22. He did 20. So he's timid, not... he could still be modest. I need to see some other rolls because we don't have to be modest anyway, actually. Because I got no speed on this Rillaboom. I thought I had speed on this Rillaboom. Does Talonflame take a Life Orb Thunderbolt? Not if he's modest, but it does if we're timid, maybe. Alright, well, we got one play then. We didn't take it. That was a damage roll, but GG anyway. I had to make that double at the end. I got it wrong. I got it wrong. So that happens. Shit happens. Like I don't know whether he just called me to make the double or if he just didn't want to go hard into the Electros. Maybe I fixated too much on a Spadef Electros. I don't know though, because if I clicked Flamethrower there, although I took one hit from defensive Electros, right? Yeah, I think I choked. I think if I Flamethrowered, let's see, if I Flamethrowed, I think I choked because I think let's just see. I think I choked. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're through anyway. But like, it does matter because we want to play well, right? So, if he was max Spadef, my Flamethrower was doing 11. I got to click 2 of them after and rocks damage, so I did 11, 22 plus rocks 36, and then I would have got a third one off if I'd lived a hit. I would have done fucking 47. So yeah, I would have lost. I would have lost for sure. If he wasn't max Spadef, he was just Assault Vest speedy for some reason. Well, one I lost anyway because my fucking Rillaboom would have been slower. But I would have done, okay, 30, 32, 32, 48 plus the rocks, 12. Nah, I was never doing enough by clicking Flamethrower there. It was never happening. I was just never doing enough by clicking Flamethrower. So I think I made the right play. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section below. This was a long one. Let me know, do you think I made the right play or not? I'm not going to agonize too much over this one because I kind of think I made the right play trying to catch the Electros. Maybe I should have span with my Tentacruel on his Moltres earlier on. I think that was the play that really fucked me because if he went into his Haunter to spin block, I could have scolded anyway. If he went into the Electros, I got chipped down on it, which I wanted. I went Scrafty without a Spike Up. I think that was the turn that really lost me this game. I think if you go through... This will work perfect, no issues here. So, here. I think instead of clicking the Scold, if I span, right, and he went Zygarde, I got a speed boost and I killed him anyway. If he went into Haunter, I got to press Protect, get an extra round of Black Sludge, and then Life Orb Thunderbolt, I'm sure, isn't killing Tentacruel, and I get to kill him with Scold. So... and Moltres dies to rocks when it comes back in anyway, and he has no defog. If he goes into Electros takes a round of rocks, it takes a rapid spin, and then I go into Scrafty without a Spike Up on his Volt Switch, and he's not in that great a position. I still have the Tentacruel sack. I think this is where I threw the game. I think if I rapid spun here, I kept the offensive pressure on, and I also could have got a round of Scald damage off on the Zygarde if I was faster. Which let's find out if I would have been, because he was banded, we know that. So Yeah, so I wouldn't have been faster. I still would have died to Black Sludge anyway, so that doesn't matter too much. But, I mean, I actually probably could have Rapid Spun twice to kill him if he hadn't roosted. We don't know what he clicked here, but if he didn't click Roost, I potentially could have Rapid Spun twice to kill him. Now, if he did click Roost and he was too bulky for me to 2-KO with Scold, maybe I didn't make the wrong play, but I think my prep wasn't good enough anyway. Regardless, yeah, bit of a long one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We are still going through to brackets. 2 and you're through in this. We'll be in the top 2. Even if Abriel wins out, we'd still finish 2nd in the division, so no worries there. Well, I think, anyway, actually, let me just weigh that up in my mind. If Abriel wins out, all the other coaches will have to lose another game each, which means, yeah, they'd all finish 1 and 2. So, yeah, we're fine. We'll be through to brackets, so I will be back sometime soon. I don't even know my upload schedule with this for brackets. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this low tier tournament. Thank you so much for loafing around with me, and I'll catch you again next time.